One of my goals for this year was to make better YouTube videos and get this YouTube channel to at least 1,000 subscribers. And it's currently February 27th and we haven't uploaded a single YouTube video yet. So I figured I'd try something new and actually try to make kind of like a vlog video. However, instead of just showing what I'm going to be doing today, I'm just going to be showing what I'm going to be doing this whole week. It's currently Friday, basically the end of this week, but I didn't want to wait till Sunday, so I'm just starting right now. And so let's get into it. Over these past 2 months, I've been designing pots. Lots and lots of pots. I even tried making the smart pot that shows you light and moisture data when you put it on this pad. However, it is kind of a prototype and it doesn't really work too great. And I've been trying to make these because I wanted to try to sell something online and I thought the plant pots might be a good idea. Right now I've got these 4 colors right here, and yesterday I took some product pictures of them with no plants inside them. So today we're gonna add some plants to these pots kind of like this and get some product pictures of them as well. All right, so I got this box of plants right here and the goal is to move them into these little pots. Now we got to figure out what plant we want in each pot. I think this cactus looks pretty dope. Let's start with this one. This one's kind of neat. Sorry if the footage is crappy, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to test out a new setup here, so it might not be right now. Let's see. We've got this. We also got these like cool jungle looking trees. Okay, starting with this one. Let's move these ones out of the way. I've never done this before, so it's gonna be an experiment. I think I just popped that in there. Wow, dude, that water is not absorbing too well into there. Man, guys, this is pretty crazy. Oh yeah, draining out through the bottom. It's like I designed that. That's one done. Let's go crazy. Let's go with the cactus one next. There's not a whole lot of room for this plant. Yeah, that one might be a little too big for a cactus one. $5.
Put the water here.
Dude, I think that's legit. It's just styrofoam. Oh, that one looks neat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so here are my plant pots. My mom helped me put these plants in here because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But the pots are now really dirty, so what we got to do is go ahead and wash these off, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Whew. All right, so we got them all cleaned up. This one was the dirtiest, and it's now cleaned up. I got to go add the bottoms. Like, see, that one has a bottom on it right now. And get some product pictures. So let's go do that. All right, so it's about 4 o'clock right now, which means the lighting on this desk right here is perfect. We got all of our plant pots here. They all cleaned up. Yeah, so we're gonna try to get some pictures of them real quick while the lighting's good. We do have a little bit of cloud cover outside, so we're gonna have to try to take these quickly. I unfortunately have to use this phone to take them, so I'll just throw some pictures up here. All right, so I just got done taking the pictures. We've got them on my computer now, and I gotta say, these things look absolutely amazing. They do look like they're taken on an iPhone though, so I am going to go and touch them up a little bit. I don't want to edit them too much because I don't want to deceive the buyers or anything, but I think they look really neat, and I just love seeing them. Like, I have them up on my window thing right here. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but dude, I just love the look of them. It's really neat. Anyways, I'm going to probably try to edit a few of these tonight. We'll just see how that goes. That's basically all the big things that I'm doing today. All right, it's day 2, and today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. About a week ago, one of my friends hit me up and he told me about these things called EMFs. EMFs are basically electromagnetic fields, and they come off of any wire that has a current going through it, which means that basically all of your electronics components have EMFs coming from them. Do all electronic devices have EMFs coming from them? Yes. Now, he told me that a lot of people have their phone under their pillow when they sleep or close to them when they go to bed. I know I'm one of these people. I don't have it underneath my pillow, but I do have it right on my counter right here, and my bed's basically right there. He said that there's a few studies that show that EMFs might be causing sleep problems, and he told me about these little bags that you can buy that allow you to put your phone in them, and it blocks out all of the EMFs coming from your phone and to your phone. I did a little bit of research, and I found out that these things are called Faraday bags. They're basically just a Faraday cage, but in bag form. However, my friend wanted to build one that would allow you to also charge your phone in it at the same time. Now there's one that already exists on the market that's like this. However, if you take a look at it, the back is like actually open, so I don't think it blocks out a whole lot of EMFs coming from your phone. It also uses a wireless charger, which is pretty cool. I actually thought of making a box that would use that, but then I realized a lot of people have cases on their phones, me included, and sometimes the wireless charging doesn't work through the case, so you'd have to take it off and it's kind of a hassle. So we thought to make a box that had a wire going through it, and that's what I did. So this is my prototype box right here. This is very prototype. If we take it apart, it's basically just a 3D printed box that has a bunch of copper tape lining the inside. The copper tape is what blocks out the EMFs and radio frequencies, or RFs. This did work before I drilled a hole in the side of it. I originally made the box with no holes so that we could just test and see if the box would work, and it actually did a little bit. There was a crack in the side here which caused stuff to leak out, but if you just stood on the box while it was closed, it seemed to fix the problem. I then went and added a little wire to it because I wanted to experiment with charging my phone at the same time. However, this is where the problem kind of occurred. The wire basically acts as an antenna. Any EMFs that come down through the wire, including the EMFs that are being generated by electricity going through the wire, just go right through the box and into the chamber here, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I bought some materials to try to make a new box, and they were supposed to be here on Monday, but they actually arrived last night. So here they are. Right here, we got some better shielding. In this last box, I used copper tape, which is all right, but I got some of this stuff here. I'm actually not supposed to touch it with my bare hands, but this stuff's supposed to be better shielding. And I also got these things right here. These things are called ferrite beads, and they actually clip over wires like this. And they're supposed to block out any extra EMF noise that is going through the wire. Actually, just before I started filming this video, I looked around and I found a cable that has one of these things on it already. Basically, what I want to do is design a new box that allows you to easily add your own wire, and then also have enough room so that you could clip these ferrite beads onto the wire and help filter out that EMF noise. The goal is to have it so that you can charge your phone in the box and also have it block out all the signals. If you really want to make it better, you'd also turn on airplane mode. I think that would block out a lot already. But we're gonna see. I don't even know if this is possible with a wired cable like this. You might have to use a wireless cable, but I feel like that's also having EMFs go through the box into the phone. I'm not entirely sure on that. I've got to do some more research on it. But what we're gonna be doing today is designing a new box and trying to get it 3D printed. All right, we've got the new one designed and it's now sent over to my printer. This one differs in the sense that it's 3 parts instead of the 2 that the original one had. The original one, I just taped copper tape to the inside, but this one, since I said you're not supposed to actually touch the stuff with your hands, I've got an outer shell that it's gonna go around, and then that shell is gonna sit down inside here and protect your phone and all that stuff. So like I said, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I've still gotta go look and do some more research on this. This thing's gonna take 12 hours to print the entire thing. I think it's around 4 hours for each piece. We're gonna wait until then. I've got one piece printing right now. I'm gonna try to get that one done before I go to sleep because I don't wanna run this one while I'm asleep. So in the meantime, I'm probably going to go and edit the footage from yesterday and maybe even the pictures as well. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right guys, it's the next day. We've got the inside tub, I guess I'm calling this, made, and we're now printing the outside shell. After that, we'll get the lid printed and then we can start assembling this thing. Last night, I went ahead and edited all of the photos of our pots that have plants inside them. And so now I've got to go back and edit all of the ones with just the pots. There's quite a bit of stuff I want to get done today, so let's start with editing those pictures. All right, all of the images are now edited, and I tried to keep them as close to the original as possible. I just tweaked a few things like the lighting and stuff like that. While I was doing that, the outer shell for the EMF protection box, or Faraday cage, I guess you would say, is done. And so now what we can do is take our shielding, apply it to the tub, and see if we can get it fitted inside of the shell right here. I've got the lid printing right now, and we're also gonna have to apply some of this shielding to that as well. However, I wanna try to have this ready so that when that thing's done, we can quickly get it put together. I got some measurements here for the sheet sizes that we've gotta cut out of that stuff. But before we do this, let's quickly switch out my A1 Mini with some TPU and get some other things printed. All right, printer is all set up now. Now it's time to get these things cut. Wait a second, so they're saying they have conductive gaskets as well. I was planning on just making a homemade one by wrapping this up. My table isn't too big for this, but we need to measure. We need 3 layers of this. It's so hot in here. Just hold up a second. Where the heck did our line go? There's 1 sheet done. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. Ooh, actually, that's not going to be perfect. We're gonna redo that. That was a fail piece. Give that a shot now. Oh yeah, plenty. Okay, there's 2 sheets, perfect. All right, 3 sheets, that should be enough. So now this thing should sit like this. These fold up, this folds up like that, perfect. Now we've got to figure out how we're gonna get them attached to this. It's a little bit harder because these do not stick like the copper tape did. Use some of this special tape they gave us. Okay, these dang gloves. We're not gonna cut the hole yet. I wanna test this without any wire hole just to make sure the actual box works. Perfect. That's 1 layer down. Let's try to pop on these other 2. All right, I'm gonna come back to this when I get these other 2 sheets on. Boom, all right, so we've got all 3 layers on the tub, and I actually slid it into the shell right here, and it's in there pretty tight. But now what we gotta do is make the little gasket thing that fits around here and is going to touch the lid when that's done printing. Let's see. Looks like we have about 1 hour and 10 minutes left until that's done printing. So I'm going to take our sheet here and we're going to measure out 27 inches, and then we're going to cut that and then roll it and then slide it into this slot that I've made here. All right, the cap, lid, whatever it's called, is done now. And now we're going to attach it to this thing. Okay, we got some print quality issues. Oh my goodness. Look at that, that's weird. This is what it should be like down here, all smooth. But anyways, looks like it also layer shifted too. That should snap down, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff in the way. This, I think we're gonna have to glue in. That one ended up being wider than the other one for some reason. Perfect. That's our top right there, all shielded as you can see. Let's see if it fits. Come on. Okay, can't get it on. I'm going to try some more and I'm gonna test it, and I have to use my phone to test it, which is filming right now. So I'll see you guys all when I get this thing tested. All right, I apologize if this is super shaky, but I just gave it a test. I connected my phone to this Bluetooth speaker and started playing some music, and then I put the cap on. It was actually so hard to get the cap on that I ended up hitting it with this screwdriver, and it cracked right where the layer shifted there. So that was definitely a weak spot, but it's okay. The fabric is still intact, so it's still gonna shield it. That's just a shell for it. But what we're gonna test now, and this is where I'm kind of thinking it's not going to work, and that's where we're going to put a hole in that hole. And then we're going to slide our cable through there. And then I'm going to put on my special thing and tape it up. And then we're going to attach the ferrite beads to it and see if it still blocks Bluetooth and calls. Obviously, that's only 2 types. We're going to see if it blocks that. If it does, then we're on to something here, maybe. If it doesn't, then I guess I don't know. But I'm kind of thinking, I don't want to be negative, but I'm kind of thinking it's not going to work just because the wire is going to be too much of an antenna. But I don't know. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, I just gave it a shot with the wire attached inside and it failed. I'm thinking the wire is acting as basically a huge antenna, and when you plug it into your house, it's probably acting as even a larger antenna. I do gotta say though, it does look a lot better than our first prototype. You can see them side by side right here. I gave my friend a call and I told him the results, and it was kind of a bummer. We're gonna look into MagSafe stuff now. I'm not sure if MagSafe is even gonna work, but we're going to look into it some more. Even though this thing didn't work, I'm glad I did it because it's kind of cool making one of these Faraday cages. And we also got some of these ferrite beads, which I think we might be able to use in some of our future projects to help filter out noise and stuff for sensors and things. Anyways, I'm gonna get this huge mess cleaned up and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right, so I did some research last night and I actually figured out how wireless charging works. Basically, you have 2 coils, one that's inside your charger and then one that's inside the back of your phone. The one inside your phone has an alternating current going through it that's oscillating at a frequency of like 100 kilohertz or something like that. Anyways, when the current goes through a coil of wire, that wire then creates a magnetic field that peaks and then collapses and peaks and then collapses. And then when you take your phone and put it on the charger like that, that oscillating magnetic field causes electrons inside the phone's coil to start moving, which then charges your phone. At least I think that's how it works, and it seems pretty simple. However, in our case, since we were trying to make a box that blocks that stuff, as soon as you put the fabric over it, it would just block out the magnetic field, which meant you couldn't charge your phone or any devices on top of the charger. Now, this is actually pretty interesting, and it got me wondering that since we're using a magnetic field to basically make electricity in our phone, I'm wondering if we can just take a magnet. For example, I have this magnet right here, and just spin it really fast by the back of the phone. I wonder if that would be able to charge the phone, if you know what I mean. I asked AI, it said it could potentially, but it's gonna be extremely inefficient, especially if we're using like a drill or something. We're gonna be using actually more power to generate less power. But I kind of wanna see if we can actually see it charging a phone. So I'm gonna take this magnet and tape it to the end of the drill and then try to spin it really fast by my phone to see if it charges. Okay, we've got a drill right here, and I just found out I could just probably attach the magnet right to the drill bit like that. Also got the already existing wireless charger. Since I'm filming this on my phone, I'm gonna be using my mom's phone to show this off. Just to prove here, we can set this on the wireless charger. Oh, and there you go. And now it's charging up there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this behind here and see. I have to hold it at a certain angle so that the field changes when it spins around. We're gonna see if this will cause a charge. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, we have this. It has to be spinning at this direction so that the field changes. So let's give it a shot. Well, that did not work. My magnet is probably not strong enough, and also it's probably not going fast enough. This thing is spinning pretty fast, but you gotta think these chargers here are doing it all electrically, and it can go 10,000 times a second or whatever, or switch 10,000 times a second, and this thing maybe only getting like 50 or something. Feel like it would potentially work if we had a different setup. All right, well, that was a good little experiment, but it's now time to get into what I was actually trying to do today, and that's writing a thank you letter. Inside of every single one of the boxes with our pots that we ship, I want to have like a little thank you letter that says thank you for buying this product and so, you know? So I'm gonna try to write that up now, and we'll see how it turns out. I really like how these things turned out. They look pretty clean, and they're gonna go inside of every single box that we ship out. What I'm doing now is trying to get all of the photos ready. I went ahead and made a little color sheet right here that shows every pot and their color names so that they can select them. I think we got some pretty sick colors. We got Desert Bone, Toasted Almond, Phantom Gray, and Titanium Lattice. I think those look pretty sick. However, we did get a picture of this thing right here, which just shows the inside of it, but I didn't really like it because it's right up against this background right here, and it's just too bright, and this thing doesn't really stand out well enough. What I'm gonna try to do is try to hang it from a string on this board right here so that's kind of floating, and then try to get some pictures of it, and then I'll go ahead and edit out all the strings and then make the background darker. Anyways, let's try to get that all set up right now. Okay, so we've got it hung up here. It's not hanging up quite right, so I'm gonna have to tweak the strings, but I should be able to just hold it right here, get a picture of it, and then I'll go and edit out all the stuff in the background and all this stuff right here. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so I went ahead and got the picture edited. As you can see, I think it looks pretty good. It shows all the dimensions of the pot, so it should help the buyer know kind of what they're getting. I also went and updated this description here to include all of the keywords I picked out several weeks ago. So now it should hopefully rank better in Etsy's SEO thing. With that, this pot is basically done and I'm ready to publish this thing. However, there's one more thing that I want to do. When I was adding these plants into the pots, I realized that it might be actually kind of difficult to get the dirt out of the honeycomb structure that we have right here. And I actually found a way to easily get it out. And so what I want to do is make a little YouTube video that shows how to clean it in like 5 minutes or less. And then have that video be tagged inside the description and also in our letter right here so that they can easily find it and clean their pot. I'm just trying to eliminate anything that might seem a little bit difficult. Anyways, I'm gonna go write the script for that video right now, and then we're gonna go film it real quick. All right, we've now got our dirty pot and our clean pot, but I want to get a thumbnail shot of this real quick, and then I'm going to film it, and then we'll get it on my computer so we can edit it. All right, so it's nighttime. You can't see anything, but I did get the video all edited right here. Pretty simple. It's around 2 minutes long, and it just shows how to clean it really quickly. Along with that, I also went and made a little thumbnail for it. I've never tried this style of thumbnail before. I just kind of looked up before and after thumbnails and I kind of just made mine like one of the other ones I saw. This video isn't supposed to get new viewers in, but it could. So I did try to make it like that. And I also mentioned at the end of the video here, if you randomly stumbled upon this video and would like to buy a pot for yourself, you can use this link right up here or head to the description and find it there as well. So yeah, I left a little call to action there. So random people who do stumble upon this can have a chance to go and buy a pot. I'm not sure how well this video is going to do, but all we got to do now is just upload it. Okay guys, the video is uploaded. I've got the thumbnail and everything in it. I also went back to my listing and made sure I updated the description so it has the YouTube link in it. And I just went through and made sure that everything's right. I'm so nervous, dude. You're about to publish a new listing. Okay, here we go. It's active. I don't know, it keeps saying 20 in stock, but I only have enough for 19 and I can't change it for some reason. Oh, okay, it changed. Thank goodness. I'm so excited. All right, guys, so it's published now. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. Hopefully we get some views or something moving. I don't know if it's gonna be that quick. This is my first time doing this, but yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right, guys, it's the next day, and this is what we've got for our Fiverr listing. I mean, our Etsy listing. So far, everything is at 0, which is kind of what I'm expecting. I did a little bit of research last night, and it showed that it could take up to 4 to 6 weeks or whatever to start getting some data in. And so I'm glad we got it up right now, but it's probably going to be a little while until we start seeing some stuff. Did find out though that we need a video for my listing. That was one thing I was going to add, but I totally forgot to do it. And so right now I'm getting some of these pots printed again so that we could film these empty ones. I was going to try to get all of this done today and get the video done today. However, I forgot that I needed to dry some filament. You can see I have it under this box here drying. I don't know why, but this Sunloose stuff, it seems to suck in moisture quite a bit, and we don't even live in an area where there's a lot of moisture. It's just kind of nuts, but it sucks it in and then it clogs up my printer. And so I don't have a filament dryer or anything. And so I've been just turning up the bed temperature to 70 and then putting a box over it with a few little holes in top. And that seems to work, but I need to get a dryer and then I need to get some storage bins to put these things in. But I spent like all day drying this one and now it's printing a pot. So it's going to be a little bit slow, but we've got also this color up here that we need to do. And then this color, and then you guys already saw, I already got this color done, so that's good. Anyways, that's basically all I've done here in this week. Some days were a little bit more productive than others, but overall, I'm glad that we got this Etsy listing up. I've been working on this for like 2 months now, and so I'm glad that we finally got this up. I'm gonna be working on another product again as well, and I'm gonna be trying to do some more of these videos. I'm working on editing this one right now, and I hope to have it out within like a few days. But my goal with this is to get better at just everything, video editing, filming, all of that stuff. So bear with me for a little while. These videos might suck for a second. I'm trying to learn something new every video. I wanted to make this video more cinematic, so I tried to film it in 24 frames per second, and I started using this Blackmagic camera app to be able to turn the shutter speed down and all this stuff. So it is more cinematic. As I'm editing this, I realized that a lot of the scenes are just really dark. And so I don't know what's up there. I'm going to tweak the settings some more and hopefully we can get that fixed in next week's video. Anyways, if you guys want to see more of these types of videos, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all next week.